Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Leadership comes in so many different forms in many different professions, and because this is true, it's important to take a look at why leadership matters. And one of the best examples of leadership motivation is from Simone Biles Championship at the 2021 Olympics. Simone Biles is arguably one of the best all-around athletes in her sport. And believe it or not, there are a few fundamental leadership lessons that we can learn from Simone Biles about how to be a good leader and why leadership is important. So if you want to know which leadership quality she has that you can follow, keep watching. Hello to all of my subscribers, and if you're new, welcome to the best place for new and emerging leaders who want help navigating challenges in the workplace. I'm Jaboria Scott, an online leadership coach and consultant. Now, when we talk about why leadership matters, it's important to ask the questions, what are the qualities of a good leader? And how do good leaders influence others? A deep dive into some of the leadership motivation from Olympic medalist Simone Biles over her career provides examples of good leadership qualities and what good leadership looks like. The first reason why leadership matters is Simone Biles inspires others. Throughout competition, there's evidence and examples showing us that Simone Biles is not only a legend in her sport, but she's a great leader who has good sportsmanship.
I definitely would consider her a role model. She's very passionate about gymnastics, and that's really inspiring to me.
You may ask, how do we know this? Okay, let's look at her actions. We all know this. Actions speak louder than words. So, the first example that we can point to is A. She motivates and inspires her team members to perform at their best. This means that she inspires others to greatness. She's also known for being a support to her teammates and for cheering them on when things get tough. This makes her reliable and dependable. The second example is Simone Biles leads by example. She understands that it takes hard work and dedication to get good at a sport that requires a lot of practice.
So she has the belief, she has strong technique, she's very fit, she has a good preparation.
Simone Biles puts in the work, and this motivates her teammates to do the same. And then on to the next action that we can point to. Simone Biles doesn't view competitors as her enemy. I was so surprised when I was watching the coverage of the Olympics and I actually saw Simone Biles standing on the sidelines in real time, cheering for and encouraging gymnasts on the opposing team. For me, this within itself was a quintessential example of who a leader is and what a leader does. This shows her respect for their hard work and her admiration for their talent within the sport. My guess is Simone Biles appreciates the dedication and commitment that it takes to compete at that high level. She also understands how difficult the sport is, and she respects the hard work of others. Good leaders don't let ego get in the way. And their success doesn't diminish hers. These are all key traits that good leaders have in common. The second reason why leadership matters, as demonstrated by Simone Biles, is that Simone Biles is an innovator who isn't afraid to be different. According to an article published by CBS Sports, Simone Biles has a signature moves that were named after her following her 2019 World Championship performance. She performed a triple-double, which consists of a backflip with 3 twists known as the Biles. She also landed the double-double dismount from the balance beam. This is a move that includes a double twisting, double backflip. These are moves that hadn't previously been performed by a female athlete in her sport. Simone Biles is bold and daring, and she wasn't afraid to be a pioneer. And what's even more important is that she wasn't afraid to put in the hours of work and practice that it took to push beyond the limits. This is a prime example of what a good leader does. You find creative ways to find solutions to problems that haven't been attempted before. You don't let fears or other people stop you from trying something new. You keep trying and you put in the work to be successful. And because you're this kind of leader, you reap the reward of being the best at what you do. Click the like button if you're the best at what you do. The third reason why leadership matters, as demonstrated by Simone Biles, is that Simone Biles make mental health and physical health a priority. One of the key things that Simone Biles did to demonstrate her leadership was to be true to herself. She paid attention to what she needed both mentally and physically during the 2021 Olympics. She was brave enough to put herself first when her decision went against what many people thought she should do. As leaders, sometimes we have to make unpopular choices even when others can't see our vision and doubt our decisions. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, allow me to explain. During the Olympic Games, Simone Biles and her team were concerned that she was experiencing what is known as the twisties. It's when there's a disconnect between the mind and the body, which causes the gymnast to become confused while doing a maneuver mid-air. It causes the gymnast to lose depth perception so that they don't know how many twists they've completed in the air or where the ground is in relation to their body. This could be extremely dangerous when it's time to land. Simone Biles reportedly stated that she experienced this due to a combination of mental stress and pressure brought on by the Olympic Games, which is totally understandable. It's high stakes and a lot of pressure. So she modified her final routine instead. My take on this is that Biles showed true leadership by honoring herself. She chose to place her mental health and her personal well-being above everything else. As leaders, it's easy to play the role of a hero even when it puts us at a disadvantage and it negatively impacts our health. Here's the takeaway for this tip. It's okay to set healthy boundaries with your team and with your work. This may mean stepping away, and it could mean taking vacation time or ending your workday at an hour that allows you to enjoy your personal life. Trust me, everyone else, they'll figure it out, and you'll be the better for it. The fourth reason why leadership matters, as demonstrated by Simone Biles, is that Simone Biles wasn't afraid to pivot. As I mentioned before, she modified her Olympic routine even though she had planned something else during practice. She was proud of herself and the choice that she made, and she earned a medal for it. The lesson is that we shouldn't be afraid to make a change when the original plan doesn't work out. So many leaders are afraid to change the plan when new information is introduced. Changing strategy doesn't make you a failure. It just means that you're a mature leader who understands the need for flexibility when conditions change. Changing things up when you need to shows that you're a leader who doesn't let your ego get in the way of progress. Hit the like button if you possess some of these leadership qualities too. The key takeaway here is that there are lessons that we can learn from the least likely places. And what better example than Simone Biles, who is a champion in more ways than one. Be sure to comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video. Now, if you've enjoyed watching this video, be sure to share it with a colleague or a friend. And also, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, because in my next video, I'm going to talk about 3 habits of highly effective leaders. As always, have a great week, be kind to yourself, and thanks so much for watching.